Welcome to Salem, Massachusetts. The town of Salem is certainly known for its dark history of witchcraft, but in 1993, Hollywood came to this quiet little town and brought back 3 witches from the dead. Yes, we're talking about the Sanderson sisters from the original 1993 movie Hocus Pocus. In this video, we are going to explore Salem and the neighboring towns to check out all of the filming locations for Hocus Pocus. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Before we get started, if you like the content, please remember to subscribe and smash that like button. Now, let's check out some filming locations. Welcome back, everyone. Glad to have you here with us in Salem, Massachusetts. So, we're going to do the entire Hocus Pocus filming locations here in Salem and Marblehead. Anyway, the movie starts off right here at the Salem Pioneer Village. Let's go take a look. Currently, as of the making of this video, it is a Monday, and as you can see, it is closed. When we were here last in 2019, it was also closed, but that was due to storms with branches being down. But as we can see over here, open on the weekends, 12 to 4 p.m. And there is an admission. I actually didn't know that. $6 for an adult, but we can kind of see through, and it does look like, yeah, there's a table to take admissions there. Center of your screen would have been the home of Elijah, which means the house to the right of it, hidden behind the trees, was the actual house of Thackeray Binks used in the film. All the scenes we see of Thackeray looking for a sister in the village were filmed right here.
Emily! Elijah, ask to see my sister Emily.
From this angle, we can see Thackeray and Elijah running directly towards us. He then tells Elijah, "You wake my father, summon the elders, go!"
You wake my father, summon the elders, go!
0 for 2, right? So, like I said, when we were here in 2019, wasn't open. Today, it's not open. Maybe next time we come to Salem, it'll be open, but either way, still really cool to see. Right here, the Pioneer Village. Let's move on to the next location. So pretty much our introduction to Max Dennison is right here at the old Salem High School. I don't even think there's much going on with this building today. It's definitely not a school anymore, but we'll see what research we can dig into in this video. But yeah, right here. Right out of these doors, we see students and teachers walking through a field of silly string. Max Dennison also is exiting the building. We then see Max head towards the fence to unlock his bike. The fence is still the same one today. So after Max gets his bike off the walk right about there, he heads over across the street to the park, still there today, to catch up with Allison. Hey Allison, wait up! And to ask for her number. Let's go take a look. Right about where I'm standing, right in front of the hoop, the high school right there. This spot was just about where Allison hands the note back to Max, says trick or treat. And he's denied. No number from Allison, but it all happened right here. And as my mom and wife are walking right here, this is the same path Max and Allison would have took.
I didn't mean to embarrass you in class. My name is Max Dennison.
Yeah, I know. You just moved to your house. Trick or treat?
So the park, very similar today, does have some differences. The trees, a lot of the trees are way bigger, but they're still the same benches, still the same fence. And Max was denied Allison's number right on this road. Trick or treat. right, we're gonna do this part of the video really quick because I'm illegally parked. There's like no parking allowed here, but anyway, this is the intersection. I've been waiting to see this. Oh man, the bus stop straight ahead is still the same thing, but we can see Max rides his bike down this way, comes through the intersection, and there's my car illegally parked right there. But yeah, this is the intersection of Marblehead in real life. But anyway, it's supposed to look like Salem, which it actually does. But in reality, it's only one town over. But yeah, right through there, we actually just drove through that. And you could see the bus stop in the background, which like I said, it looks the exact same, still titled the same thing. Yep, right through here. On his way home. After Max is on his way home from school, he's riding his bike, and we see him make it to a few locations here at Old Burial Hill. Look at that, 1830 to 1930. So we're gonna take a walk up the hill, see if we can find some locations. So there's two scenes in Hocus Pocus that were filmed here. Max is driving his bike up through the woods, which I think I found, and I think it's right over that way. So we're gonna go take a look. And this is also where he meets Jay and Ernie. They pop out and it's like, hey, want a bud? No thanks, I don't smoke. We're gonna get to that. I have to find that, but anyway, here we are. Old Burial Hill Cemetery. Let's go check it out. After a few minutes searching at Old Burial Hill Cemetery, I found what I was looking for, and it's the part where Max is riding his bike home from school and he ends up in the cemetery, and it's this path right here. So you could see him coming up the hill, but I'll have to throw in a photo or something. You could see him coming with his bike up this way, and this headstone was actually in the movie. Right there, you can see it. That's pretty cool. Then we also get a shot from behind. Max comes past this headstone once again, and he comes up the hill towards the cemetery, where he will then meet Jay and Ernie. Oops, I mean Ice. They probably would have had him start right about here. I mean, that would have been hard to pedal up that steep cliff there. But anyway, comes up, doesn't exactly follow the path, but he follows this way, just to the left of that headstone right there. Once again, this is the same exact bike path he would have took. And then up the hill we go. All right, so Max Dennison makes his way up on his bike right there, Old Burial Hill Cemetery. Then he heads up this way, where he will confront Jay and Ice. On the complete opposite side of the hill where we just were, if we make our way down this way, I spotted something familiar. We can see Max riding his bike through the headstones. And then right out there, straight ahead, is where we first meet Jay and Ernie. I mean Ice.
Hey, let's have a bud. No thanks, I don't smoke. You got any cash? Check out the new cross trainers. Let me try them on.
Right there is where we would have first met Jay and Ice. Max Dennison comes riding his bike just about where I am right now. Do you have a bud? No thanks, I don't smoke. Like the cross trainers. I'm Jay, this is Ernie. How many times I gotta tell you? My name's not Ernie anymore, it's Ice. This is Ice. Right there.
Oh, dude. Tubular. I'm Jay. This is Ernie. How many times I gotta tell you? Ice. This is Ice.
Our next location, you would think, is in the same part of town, but it is not. It's at a different park, where Max rides away, and they're like, "Later, Hollywood." He's riding away in his bare feet on his bicycle, and it looks like he heads that way, but in reality, it's just a road. So they pretty much cut this scene right to the other park, and that's where we're gonna go next. Before we leave, I just want to have one last look at this cemetery. I mean, gosh, this is probably an entire family right here, but you can't even like read what's on the headstones anymore. It's kind of sad if you think about it. Nobody even knows who's buried here. But it's a pretty cool place. All right, we made it to our next location at Crocker Park. It was easy to find, but parking is absolutely pretty hard to do here. So anyway, I'll show you our next location right now. So in the movie, it's made to look, like I said previously, that when Max leaves Jay and Ice, he comes to a spot that overlooks Salem in the same park. But in reality, you know what, it kind of could pass as the cemetery right here with all these rocks. But in reality, it's about 8 minutes away down the road, still Marblehead, but at Crocker Park. And we could see Max pulls his bike up, and this is the view you get. It's supposed to be, in the movie, make you think that it's Salem, but like I said, in reality, this is Marblehead, about 20 minutes outside of Salem. So it's pretty cool. And this is where they would have had all the cameras. It's just a really quick shot, but it's really cool to be here in person. So the cameras would have been set up right about here, and Max would have been pulling his bike up just about to these rocks right here. And you would have got the view of Salem with a frustrated Max and losing his shoe.
Later, dude. See you,
And in the movie too, straight ahead, it looks like that's a church. That top of the building there, but yeah, it still pretty much looks exactly the same. Max would have rode his bike right about here. Stops to look at the town. Very frustrated, hat comes off. And that's the view. That's pretty cool. After Max leaves Jay and Ice, he rides his bike home through the town of Salem, as we just saw, and then he makes it to their house. Right there. Let's go take a look. The camera would have been set up right about here. And we would have seen Max riding his bike down this road and pulling in to the driveway house right here at Max and Danny's house. Now, pretty much at the end of the movie as well, when Sarah Jessica Parker, her character, the witch, is putting the spell on the children, that they're all coming towards them, we could see, it's a nighttime shot. I don't know if I'll make it here at night, but it's a nighttime shot that you could see all the children walking straight towards me down this road. We're approaching our next Hocus Pocus filming location. We're going to Allison's house. We have made it to, in the movie, Allison's house. In reality, it's called the Ropes Mansion. Let's go take a look. So Max finally agrees to take Danny trick-or-treating. She's stumbling along, crying. He's chasing after her. And then she falls down right about here.
Give me one more chance.
Why should I?
Because I'm your brother.
Danny's crying down there on the ground. Max saying he hates this place. He wants to go back home to Los Angeles. Danny says, you are home now. They make up. Decides, I'm okay, we'll go trick-or-treating. And then they look up. And right here, they pretty much get this shot right here of Allison's house and go, wow. Right here's about where they would have stood. Now as they come up to the house, there's a little Hollywood magic. Only the exterior of this house was used in the movie. All the interior scenes were filmed out, of course, in Los Angeles. Actually, at a famous house, they filmed so many movies there. Scream, one of the Scream movies was filmed in that house. Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio. The same doorway and the steps going up, you can see. I'll throw in some photos here. That was used in that house. And then, of course, Allison's house on the inside was used in that same house out in Los Angeles. But in Salem, Massachusetts, this is the real Allison's house. Behind Allison's house, they have a really amazing garden. Fun fact, when we were here back in 2019, we took a ghost tour and they brought us back here when they were talking about this house. And in reality, this house in the back here caught fire 3 or 4 times. And they've rebuilt it ever since, but they believe the house to be haunted or cursed or something because it kept catching fire, but here it is still to this day. Next location, Max, Danny, and Allison go to find their parents attending the Halloween dance here at the town hall. They're standing right about here when you get the first shots of them walking up to the town hall.
Oh, great. How are we ever going to find Mom and Dad in this place?
As the shots move closer to the building, we could see the door open. I think there's a Mad Hatter guy standing in the doorway. And then they walk in. And then right over this first window here, we could see through the window Max running up the steps. Now in reality, they only used the exterior of this building. They pretty much walked up the steps right there, and that was the end of the shooting. So the entire "I'll put a spell on you" stage sequence, that was all filmed on a set, on a movie set out in Los Angeles. Only the exterior was filmed here, but cool to see. I wanted to return later at night to give you an idea of what this place looks like in the dark and to match the movie scenes as well. Now there is one scene that takes place right at the gates here looking up at the high school with a little Hollywood magic. Let's take a look. So there comes a part in the movie where Max, Allison, and Danny plan to set a trap for the witches, the Sanderson sisters, inside the high school. And the witches follow them to the high school, and then you could see a shot, a very quick 3-second shot of the witches from the back, right about here, looking up at the high school. It would have been right here.
What is this place? It reeks of children. It is a prison for children.
Now, fun Hollywood fact that I recently discovered, didn't even know, you would never even be able to tell in the movie. So the three witches, the actresses who played the Sanderson sisters, they never even really filmed here in Salem at all. They never left Los Angeles during the Hocus Pocus filming locations. So what they did was, even though it looks like they were standing in front of this gate looking up at the high school, it was not them. It was other actors dressed as them. But you would never be able to tell. Also, at the end of the movie, well, closer to the end, we could see the three of them up in the house, top of the house, right there, and an explosion. The witches are hiding in the closet, and we could see them fly with their brooms, boom, right out the top, and they go flying that way. All right, everyone, that's gonna wrap it up for this amazing Hocus Pocus filming locations video. So glad I was here to be able to do it. Going to end it here with the town of Salem in the movie in the background, but hope you all enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and we'll see y'all next time on the Travel Channel. Take care.